I used to visit a lot of networks. I used to visit a lot of customers, prospects as well. And, you know, my whole point is I want to know about their story. That's how my every conversation started. And that's exactly how I learned the industry as well. And then I thought that, okay, it's a very niche industry. And there are some amazing stories which need to be heard, at least by the fraternity and probably by other people who want to get into this industry as well. And that's the whole purpose of LogiTalk. Today, our audience varies from a student who's completing his undergraduate, probably looking at logistics very keenly. We have people who are already doing logistics courses. We have budding entrepreneurs who are maybe working somewhere but want to start their own logistic companies. We have veterans like you who love to know what's happening in the industry, and people who are not part of the industry but want to know what's happening in the logistics space. So we try to keep it very not technical, very easy to understand, and that's the whole purpose of LogiTalk. So welcome and great to have you.
So, first of all, thank you so much for having me. And I do follow your podcast. And I think a podcast is a good way of reaching out to people.
Right.
And when you talk extempore, I think you will gather so much more information
Right.
than you would were it a structured, written down interview.
Correct.
So, thank you and all the very best.
Thank you, sir. So let me try to take you back in your probably college days, the young Samir Shah, ready to take over the world, ready to conquer the world. How was it growing up? Was logistics always the plan, or did it happen by accident, just like it happens for most of the people?
First of all, I had no great dreams when I was a student and when I was in college. I was only interested in having the best of everything at that point in time.
Yeah.
So uh, I've done drama, I've done movies, I've
Oh,
done television, I've done trekking, I have done every possible thing. I've done Akashwani, I've done every possible thing that one would like to do
right,
between the ages of 16 to 21.
right,
I went to a very nice school, which also gave us a big platform and let us be what we wanted to be.
right,
I'm second generation.
right.
So logistics was always there.
Always the plan.
Oh, no,
Yes.
it was always there.
Okay.
It was never the plan.
It was there and as an option.
It was never the plan because
Right.
my mother was a doctor
Okay.
and my dad was a logistician. I have two elder brothers and both of them had selected one each.
Okay.
So I was okay. Uh, After I finished my graduation in chemistry, one day my dad asked me in the evening, now what? And like a typical Gujju at that point in time, I said, what? My father's business is there. I'll sit down over there. And his response was, meet me in the morning.
Okay.
And I was okay.
Scary response.
And then in the middle of the night, my brother comes and wakes me up. And he tells me, do you know what is meet me in the morning? I said, what? He's saying 6:30.
Oh.
You have to have your bath, you have to shave, and you have to go and meet him at 6:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So I said, okay. Next day morning, I went at 6:30 to meet him, duly prepared.
Right.
And he didn't even look up. He just put a piece of paper in front of me and pointed out to it. And it was written, science graduate, you have to learn accounts, you have to do law, you have to learn basic principles of management,
Right.
and 5, 6 things. He said, finish this and start the office.
Oh.
Then I spent the next.
So it was not as easy as come in and that's your first day.
No. It wasn't like that at all. And I spent the next 5 years
Right.
doing all of this. I used to leave home at
Okay.
6:30 in the morning. I used to attend law college. Afternoons, I used to learn German. Evenings, I used to do a diploma in management. At that time, MBAs were not so.
So full
prevalent
hustle mode.
also.
Full hustle mode on.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I went to office also, I have done everything. Gone down and got tea for people. I've gone down Xeroxes. I've gone to the docks and handled the cargo. I've walked to shipping lines and collected delivery orders, bills of lading. It was never that you are my son, so here's a ready platform for
Correct.
you. He would always say that you've got to earn it. and keep it. So it was a very interesting decade from me, from the time I was about 16, 17 to the time I was 26, 27.
Right.
I actually passed my custom exam when I was very young. I was only
Okay.
21
Oh, wow.
when I passed my customs exam at first attempt.
But that
But
used to be not a lot of people were taking these exams, right?
no. We never had a regulation exam at that point.
Right.
We had an exam which was known as the partners exam. So for staff, there used to be a lower exam.
Okay.
This is all before the 1984 regulations.
Got it.
So I sat for what was known as the partners exam.
Right.
It used to be an open book exam, 4 hours, but you never got time to look at anything.
Right.
And I passed it, but then I was studying. I went abroad. I studied logistics
Right.
in Austria. That is why I had to learn
In
German.
Austria? Okay.
That is why I had to learn German.
You were in Vienna?
I know it's about 100 miles south of Vienna.
Okay.
There's a special college which teaches only logistics.
All right.
It was the only college in
Back
the world.
in those years.
It was the only college in the whole world, and I was the first non-European student over there.
Okay.
And then they only facilitated working at.
What was the name of the university?
It's known as the Berufsschule for Spedition.
Okay.
So Berufsschule is professional school.
Right.
Spedition is logistics.
Ah, correct. In German, yes.
So we call the Berufsschule for Spedition in Mitterdorf. Mitterdorf was the village.
Okay.
It's about 100 miles south of. It's still very popular.
Right.
And the good thing in Austria is you cannot work in a logistic company if you don't have a degree from that college.
Okay.
So all 12, when they pass their 12th equivalent,
Right.
they get go for interviews.
Right.
And the company employs them. Company sponsors
Sends them
for
to
their
this.
3 years.
Okay.
But it's not 3 years.
Right.
It's 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months.
Got it.
So they would employ, say, 20.
Right.
And 10 would work for 3 months in the college, and 10 would go to work in the office.
Right.
And after 3 months, they would get exchanged.
That's such an interesting
Yeah.
concept, right?
I
Because
tried that. I
don't
that.
think so in India you need any particular degree to join some company. It's not mandatory.
No. I've
Anyone.
tried my best
Yeah.
to impress this upon NSDC, impress this upon Logistics Sector Skill Council, on the Kaushalya Skill University, Gati, Shakti, on the maritime universities. But I think it's still a few years
Right.
before India takes that up.
Right. So then young Samir Bhai is now ready
I was never
to get into the family business.
I was never overtly ambitious. I was never, it's all something, maybe it sounds very different given the persona that I
Right.
am today. I think as time went by, I liked what I was doing. As time went by, I realized that I could contribute.
Correct.
And more importantly, I found that my contribution was useful.
Right.
And living in a city like Ahmedabad, I never adopted the Gujarati style of working.
Right.
So I would be in my office at 9, whereas most of Gujarat opened at 11 in those days.
Go home for lunch.
Yeah, I never went home for lunch.
Right.
Even though I lived only 500 meters away from my office.
Right.
So I had a lot of spare time.
A lot of discipline as well. Right.
A lot of spare time.
Correct.
So I said, how do I gainfully use this spare time?
Correct.
And I remember the early 90s when I went to Ahmedabad. There was a public notice taken out by the commissioner and then collector, and everyone said, "So what a wonderful notice! This will change the way cargo is handled in Gujarat and all." And I read it, and in that meeting, I said, "No, sir, this is wrong."
Oh.
And to the credit of the collector, he said, "Meet me tomorrow morning." And I went out, and everyone shouted at me. The additional collector, the deputy collector.
And you must be young back then.
I was 30 or something.
Yeah, and they must be thinking, who is this young chap walking in?
How dare you tell
Question
commissioner? How dare you come? But next day morning, I went to him with all my handwritten corrections. And to his credit, he accepted all of them.
Oh, wow.
And I think that gave me a lot of confidence that
Absolutely.
If you feel very strongly about something, you should share it.
Correct.
You shouldn't worry about the repercussions because there can never be negative repercussions as long as you can present it
Correct.
by not getting personal.
Right.
So never make a personal accusation on anybody,
Correct.
but talk about the issue. Talk about what is common good. You cannot be selfish in
Correct.
your presentations. You have to have the ability that even I may suffer, but this is good for the entire industry.
Right.
And that is what has guided me over the last 35 years.
So when did you take over from your father?
Oh,
At
I
what
never
age?
took over.
Okay, you didn't.
I never took over in the sense that my brother, my father, and I were together in our office in Bombay.
Right.
And my father was an institution in
Right.
customs. He knew the Customs Act like the back of his hand. He was one of the contributors to the writing of the Customs Act.
Okay.
And my brother was about 10 years senior to me in the office, not
Right.
age wise, but in the office, he was 10 or 12 years senior to me. And he was already an office bearer at the Bombay Association
Right.
of the Custom House Agents then. And many senior officers would tell my father, don't waste Samir in Ahmedabad, I mean in Bombay.
Right.
He will remain JB Shah's son or Nimesh's brother. So that is why the family said, let's open an office in Ahmedabad.
Correct.
And I went to Ahmedabad.
Okay.
And my father worked till about 14, 15 days prior to his demise.
Right.
And my brother also worked till about 3 or 4 days prior to his demise. So there was no question of taking over or anything. It just happened naturally.
It was a collaborative effort just happening through and through.
It happened naturally.
But I'm sure when you must have gone to Ahmedabad, setting up a branch would have been equally challenging. What was that?
No, it wasn't
butterflies in your-
challenging to me. Yeah,
Some-
it wasn't. I never looked at life like that,
Hmm.
and I don't personally feel that there is at any point in time any need to romanticize or hype your efforts.
Right.
You did it because you wanted to do it.
Correct.
You did it because it was needed at that point in
Right.
time. I remember that I used to type more than 100 letters a day, which were marketing letters.
Okay.
I remember making maybe 15, 20 cold calls every day.
Wow.
I would go to an industrial estate.
Right.
I would go to a Paanwala and ask him कि वो बड़ा steel का डब्बा, that is a container,
Yeah.
which was not so prevalent in those days, कि वो कौन सी factory में आता है. And I was given a lot of support by a gentleman called Anil Gupta,
Okay.
who then became the CMD of Concor. And he was also just started. He was 3-4 years in Concor at that point in time,
Right.
and he was responsible for Ahmedabad. So both of us would take a rickshaw because I didn't have a car.
Right.
Go 20-30 kilometers outside the city, sit with the Paanwala, collect the data, and then visit everyone.
The old school sales.
Yeah, it
tricks.
was old school sales. But the interesting thing, Kunal, is that today also, if my staff go on sales,
Yeah.
people remember that your boss used to come.
Oh,
This is the same man, no, who used to come like this. They say,
how
"Yeah, it's the same
wonderful.
person." So I still believe very strongly when I talk to the teams
Yeah.
that relationship and the human angle is still very important.
I think
You can't replace
You
that.
cannot
with all
replace that.
your soft media.
Absolutely. I mean, the one of the most important thing which I learned when I stepped into my father's business was in this industry, or for that matter, any industry, relationships are the most key. You need to be very approachable. You need to be kind at the same time. Do not forget your roots and always be appreciative of everyone. And I think maintaining relationships, he could be your customer or he could not be your customer. But there is no second thought about making a relationship with people so that they remember you sometime down the line. And I think that's exactly.
2 comments. You use the word my father's business.
Yes.
I never used that.
Right.
I always used my family business.
Right.
Because when I use the word my family business,
Right.
there is a different type of belonging. And when I use the word my father's business, there's a disconnect that my father had a business and I joined it.
Correct.
Whereas like me, you grew up when
Right.
Softlink was around.
Right.
Softlink didn't happen after you.
True.
Softlink happened around the time you were born.
That's right.
So you've always been part of Softlink.
Correct.
Never look at it like that.
Right.
Another thing is, I have believed very strongly that whenever you meet a person, irrespective of whether you can do work or you don't do work with them, as long as you are nice to them,
Right.
you are professional with them, they remember you.
Absolutely.
Majority of the people whom I know in this whole hall, and I can safely say I know at least 500-600 people in this
Yes.
hall, I've never worked with them.
Right.
So it's not always necessary that every relationship should get you money.
True.
Absolutely.
Absolutely
It
true.
cannot be that way.
It
The
cannot be that
minute you
way.
look at it like
It
that,
cannot be a materialistic
you
outcome which you're
cannot-
looking for.
you cannot do
Yeah.
that.
But I'm sure over the years, the customs business has seen a lot of changes happen over the period. And of course, I've just been in this industry for the last 5 years, but I've heard so many great stories. What, according to you, have been the major, I would say, milestone changes which revamp this entire custom broking or custom house agent industry?
Many different things. One is, I remember when I started in the early 80s, if you cleared an import by sea consignment in around 20 or 21 days, from the time you filed the bill of entry, you were a good custom broker.
Okay.
22 days.
Right.
And export cycle used to be 14 or 15 days.
Right.
As long as you could do it within that time frame,
Correct.
you were a good custom broker. On the other side, the customs officers were unapproachable.
Right.
And they were genuinely very clever.
Right.
Much more cleverer than the officers of today.
Okay.
Because the officers of today have so much information at their fingertips. Those
Right.
people didn't have that information.
Correct. They had to be that knowledgeable in order to
they had to keep on working on upgrading themselves.
Exactly.
We had a concept of 40 documents per officer per day.
Right.
So anytime an officer got more than 40, other officers helped each other.
Correct.
If I had less than 40, I would go and ask other people, you want to give me your work? I'll do it for you. There was a lot of camaraderie also, where we could, after a certain stage, you could go and just have a cup of tea with them and come back.
Right.
There would never be any agenda.
Correct.
There would be discussion on the various things that were happening,
Correct.
the various changes, the mistakes we were committing, the possible mistakes they were committing. After that came a stage in the same relationships where we could, we met with our wives over dinner, either at their residences or our residences.
Wow.
Or
I don't hear this these days.
Or we met them with their kids at the clubs and for picnics and all. We used to have cricket matches. We used to have Antakshari competitions. All of that continued, I think, till around the 2007, 2008.
Okay.
It was a great bonding.
Right.
There was a lot of mutual respect also.
Camaraderie, working
there was
together.
A lot of mutual respect.
Right.
Even if I didn't have any work,
right.
I could do work with them.
Correct.
I could talk to them. Around 2008, 9, 10, all of that started going away. And the distance between the custom officer and the custom broker increased. And now if I meet a custom officer in a supermarket by accident, or I meet him at a theater, movie theater, or at the railway station or the airport, he'll be wary of saying hello to me. I will be wary of saying hello to him.
Why is it so?
Because the way people look at you, there must be something. Otherwise, why are they meeting? There must be something. So I have been fortunate that I have been able to continue that relationship, but with around 20-30% of the present working officers, unlike 100% in the old days. Then comes the working itself. I'm seeing more and more people wanting to become custom brokers, wanting to study and sit for exams and everything. But their only intention is, how do I earn money? their intention is not how do I do a good clearance.
Right.
So I can say that I'm fortunate that I have been able to maintain that relationship, but with only 10-15% of the officers,
Correct.
unlike 100% in the past. But then that is also because of my public engagements.
Right.
I've been able to rise above all of that.
Right.
I always tell this to every custom broker whom I meet that if it is possible for 10-15 of us in India to knock the door of the chairman of the board and walk in without giving a visiting card,
Yeah.
I think you can also do it.
Absolutely.
All you need to do is pay a little bit more attention on whatever you are doing.
Right.
Try and be as compliant, be a bit bold.
And also neutral.
That's very important. That's very
Correct.
important that even if
Don't
your
run
client
your
is
own what you
even
want
if
to
your
achieve.
client is going to suffer, you must have the ability to tell him ki it's not possible.
Correct.
It's not possible. We don't need to bend backwards.
Right.
Which is the unfortunate position of the industry at this point in time.
Absolutely. I think people think that saying yes and getting a business is always better. Whereas I think that you need guts to say no, but somewhere the opposite person will respect you for that, for the greater long term association. Probably for the moment, they will think that, oh,
Yeah.
why did he say no to me? But I think saying no takes guts, and when you get the business after saying no, that's a sweeter victory. You've got a better trust with that person as well. And it takes I mean, many of the Indian businesses say yes to everything. And that is where the service level gets affected. That is where everything starts to go downhill.
Another thing I'd like to add over here is that we don't respect each other.
Right.
When we go to meet a client or we meet a custom officer or a shipping line or an airline, we find it very easy to run down other forwarders.
Right.
We find it very easy to speak ill about other forwarders. We don't realize that when we are in trouble, the person who's going to understand our pain the most is the other forwarder.
True.
And none of these outsiders who
Absolutely.
are going to have fun talking about us
Correct.
will be able to solve it.
Right.
We still have a lot of non-compete, unwritten non-compete agreements
Correct.
with more than 25, 30 forwarding companies
Right.
where we don't take each other's clients.
Correct.
And if the client comes, we tell each other, we tell the client that, look, he's a good agent. Why do you want to change him?
Correct.
I find all those principles breaking away. I find people are good at partying with each other in the evening,
Yeah.
but during the day they behave differently,
Yeah.
whereas we never partied.
Correct.
We never had all these fancy parties and all of them.
Correct.
But there's so many people, I can tell you, I can count at least 15, 20 companies with whom we have an unwritten no compete clause.
Correct.
So if supposing somebody were to phone me and say, I want you to do my work, my first question will be, who's doing your work just now?
Right.
And if he were to say Softlink, the second will be, but they're good people.
Correct.
What's your problem with them? They're very nice people.
So, sir, you think that these new companies coming in now have made this change happen?
Absolutely. All very mercenary and very money minded.
Correct.
Without realizing that we have to have each other's backs. An outsider is not going to hold our back
Correct.
for us.
If we grow, the pie grows, and everyone gets a fair share of it.
Absolutely. A lot of people tell me that, sir, why do you share so much information? Why are you creating more competitors? Why are you not letting them suffer? And I am like, this doesn't even get into my system.
Yeah.
What is the point of knowledge if you can't share it?
Correct.
What is the point of growth if you can't let others participate in it?
True.
And at the end of the day, you may be able to steal something from my hand.
Right.
But being an Indian, you won't be able to steal anything from my faith.
Exactly.
I'm going to get whatever I'm due to get.
Right.
You are going to get whatever you are due to get.
True.
So be it.
But so you also represent very key. You're part of some of the key decision maker bodies. Like you were telling me before we started shooting for this that you are part of WCO. Um, you are the president of ACAAI. Um, what are the new initiatives when it comes to logistics, which are on the cards and day in, day out work is being done on them?
Logistics, there are there are 12 verticals of logistics in
Right.
India. One vertical is EXIM logistics,
Right.
which is custom clearing and freight forwarding.
Correct.
My work is confined there.
Okay.
I do contribute to the other verticals,
Right.
but my focus remains here.
True.
For me, why can a smartphone not be the medium for custom clearance? I've been talking to your dad and to other companies who are working in the same line where you all
True.
are working, that we should reach a stage where the smartphone is more than enough
True.
to do whatever I can do. That is one. Secondly, the government is now wanting to trust.
Right.
But are we ready to take the trust? Are we ready to be earning the trust? See, India is, what is the government using? The government uses the word transparency, predictability, safety, security. The government tells you everything in
Right.
advance.
Right.
But are we prepared for it? We are not prepared for it.
Yeah.
You understand? And then there are a few other things. One is my export is your import.
Correct.
So if countries can trust each other, if countries can trust the data of each other, then on import cycle, I only need to do certification and collection of duty.
Absolutely.
I don't need to do examination.
Correct.
I don't need to do any of the
Right.
processes related to the cargo.
Right.
But where is the trust?
Yeah.
Where is the data sanctity
Correct.
between two countries?
Correct.
Another thing is, if you look at GST, for the first time, the government of India announced that the GST rates will change 15 days from today.
Yeah.
As it happened in September
Correct.
or October this year. Why can that not happen to custom duties?
Yeah.
Why can that not happen to where the government announces in advance
Right.
that effective 1st of April 2026, these will be the new rates of duties? See, there are challenges.
That has never been done in customs.
Yeah, but then these are thoughts which we have thrown to the government.
It's always overnight because I see
No,
my
it's always
team
instant.
instant. Exactly.
So we have been debating on these issues. Your
Right.
question was, what are we debating
Exactly.
on?
Yeah.
So we are debating on this, that why do we need to be so secretive?
Correct.
Why can we not do it in advance? Why can we not warn people?
Right.
Yeah, there is a problem of hoarding, black marketing, and all of that. But I think we are at a stage where we have enough controls to be able to check that. Even
Right.
if you look at the foreign trade policy, India has always accepted,
True.
that shipments made before the foreign trade policy will follow the old policy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And shipments made after the foreign trade policy
They will follow the
new.
exactly.
So why can we not do that for indirect taxes?
And these are the topics which are being
We are
discussed
talking
seriously.
very seriously.
That's interesting.
That's ease of doing business.
Absolutely, 100%.
And that's predictability.
Yeah.
The predictability is not our word.
Yeah.
Predictability is their word.
Exactly.
It's the government of India who uses the word predictability and transparency.
And I feel the governments now want to work with industry experts to bring in about that change, right? Times have been different now. They are relying more on the expertise of the people who have day in, day out, lived this, dealt
But,
with it.
you must remember one thing, Kunal. It has been the efforts of maybe a few hundreds of us
Right.
over the last 20 years where we could tell the government, listen to us.
Right.
The newer generation is going to get a lot of things on a platter.
True.
But we have to actually go and tell them
Yeah.
that, hey, listen to us. We know the problems better
Correct.
than you know.
Correct.
And we can give you solutions.
Right.
Your job as an administrator is only to put my solutions within your structure.
True.
You don't need to reinvent the whole thing.
Correct.
So that's what we do.
But that's interesting. That's very interesting. And I think by far, I mean, I keep on attending ACAAI events. I keep on attending AAA events, and there's a lot of developments being discussed. There is a lot of, as you said, concepts for easing of doing business being discussed. Uh, but that brings me to the point that you are now officially out of business. You were, you had a very successful merger with Gina, and I think that news was as exciting as it was equally surprising as well. That why is Samir Shah, kind of hanging his boots and selling it off to Gina? But what was that journey
No,
like?
no,
I'm
no.
sure
Uh,
everyone is
yeah,
curious to know.
it appears like this from outside.
Right,
The truth of the matter is that our family business was about 68 years old,
right,
and we've had clients of 68 years vintage with us.
correct,
One of the strengths of JBS was retention of old clients.
right.
We have clients who've been with us for decades, for generations. Uh, After my brother passed away, we had a chat with our children.
Okay.
Between the two of us, we had 4 daughters.
Right.
My daughters are both doctors.
Okay.
My one of my nieces is a teacher.
So they followed your mother's path.
Yeah, they followed my mother's part, and one of my nieces is a teacher. So they were like, we don't think we can run the company.
Correct.
Then came my clients on their own proactively asking me once I crossed 60
Correct.
that are you going to find us a replacement or do we have to find it because our businesses are going to outlive you?
Yes.
And I think that was a
Absolutely.
very correct, practical question to ask.
Right.
But they could ask me that question because of the long standing relationship we had.
True.
And then came our clients. We've had, on an average, at least 70% of our staff who have been with us for more than 20 years. Even today, attrition at JBS was very low,
Right.
very, very low. And despite the fact that we are a company where we teach every staff everything.
Sir, I think that stems from the culture. Like, for example, today's our company, Softlink Global, has also been in the industry for almost about 35 years. And we have three of our directors who have completed more than 30 years in the company. Our average number of years spent, even we are almost about 300 people now, that's close to about at least 10 plus years. And it is down to the culture. I'm sure that is the same thing, right? People don't leave companies. I always keep telling this, people leave their managers. The company, if it's toxic, then of course they leave the company as well. But the culture is the most important thing.
So, coming back to your question, my staff also started coming and talking to me.
Right.
That, sir, after you what? How long are you going to be around and
Correct.
how long are you going to work? And my answer has always been, which is my answer even today, that I propose to work as long as my body permits me.
Right.
So there's no question of Samir Shah hanging his boots.
Right.
I have not hung my boots at all. So, and after my brother passed away about 9 or 10 years back, I used to receive regular offers from multinational companies, other larger Indian companies that we'd want to join.
Correct.
We'd like to do a collaboration with you and all. Because being a person whom many people know,
Yep.
they knew that I don't have a generation after me.
Correct.
And then the Gina family and we have known each other
Yeah.
for almost 50, 60 years.
What better home for your baby, right?
So then Sam and I had just 2 meetings.
Right.
And my only requirement was that I'm doing this for the continuity of my staff
Right.
and my clients.
That's so important.
As long as you can manage that, I'm fine with it.
Right.
Mergers is not a very easy task. Let
Not
me
at
be
all.
honest over
It's
here.
two cultures getting together.
Yeah, but then a lot of burden is on Sam Katgara and me.
Yeah.
More so on me rather than on them.
Correct.
And I do a lot of talking with
Right.
my old staff
Right.
who are now no longer my staff. They're
Correct.
all Gina staff. I do a lot of talking with my clients. I do a lot of hand holding to match the processes,
Correct.
the culture, the
The
relationship.
mindsets. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been fairly successful till now.
That's great to hear, sir, because
But
in
still
the
take
industry, a lot of mergers are looked from an angle that, oh, it looks difficult.
no. See,
There have been many
most people
unsuccessful
have done
mergers.
mergers. Most people have done mergers for financial reasons.
Yeah,
To take money and get out.
correct.
Whereas for us, it was not a financial
It was
reason.
about continuity.
It was about continuity.
Correct.
And the credit is also to them that in part of India, in Gujarat, we operate as JBS Gina.
Right.
So they've also kept the brand alive.
Right.
Unlike other people who don't want to keep the brands alive.
Correct. Correct.
And you must appreciate that we were 50, 70 of my staff who moved
Right.
into Gina. For them, it'll be years before that JBS affinity
Yeah.
gets replaced by Gina affinity.
Correct.
So the fact that we use the word JBS Gina
Right.
gives them a continuity.
Correct. I think, which means that you must have become more busier now because you
I
have
am
you have
very
WCO, you have ACAAI, you have this merger, you have
And
JVSG
so many
now.
government committees.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm more busy than I ever was.
Yes.
You'll be surprised, Kunal, at a personal level. Last 6 weeks, every week I've gone abroad.
Oh.
Every week I've gone abroad.
Right.
You know, to an extent that my daughters and my wife say, "When are you meeting us?"
But sir, I think that's a good problem to have because I feel what you have built, what your father started, what you and your brother continued, and now it has got a good home, a safe place to be in. I think that was making sure that your legacy has someone to take care of it, just like you guys did. So I think kudos to that. And I feel uh, now your contributions towards these initiatives are also going to be very interesting to see how they roll out. And I'm sure day in, day out, as you mentioned, right, these 100 people are working towards creating a better tomorrow for this industry. And I think more power to you, sir. And this has been great. And I feel that, you know, it- it's very, it's very, it's very difficult to let go. And I'm sure it would have taken you some time to wrap up your
Didn't.
mind. Didn't?
It did.
Wow.
It didn't. I was very clear that my responsibility was my staff and my clients.
Correct.
So it wasn't difficult at all. And of course, I got a lot of support from my wife, my brother's
Right.
wife, my other brother and his wife. They were all that, no, we have to think of continuity
Correct.
beyond our lifetimes.
Wonderful.
So it was never stressful. It was never difficult. There was never an afterthought.
Right.
I don't think I'd like to use any of those
Right.
words because it was never there.
Wonderful, sir.
It was
And as promised, we did not talk about your girlfriends.
never-
But sir, great. Thank you for being a guest on LogiTALk. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of takeaways from whomever is going to watch this episode. As I told you, right, we have a very varied audience. And I hope they definitely learn a thing or two.
Thank you very much, Kunal. You've been a wonderful host. And I do hope that this reaches out to many people because a lot of people want to come and ask me that, sir, how do I become an industry leader like you?
Right.
A lot of people come and ask me, sir, how do I become a teacher like you? People have been asking me that my merger is failing. What should I do?
Right.
People are coming and asking me, I want to sell my business. How do I do it?
Correct.
I hope this podcast helps everyone and a lot of power to you. You're doing a wonderful job and I do hope that you continue this for a long time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.